time for a book review. Courtney Whims is the Taylor Swift of authors when it comes to Easter eggs. Let it be known. This is my official review, arc review of Hunted by the Dragon Shifter by Courtney Whims. Holy moly, can anybody say Easter eggs? As most of you know, I am on Courtney's content team, and as a member, one of the perks that is amazing is that I always receive her arcs. One of my all-time favorite series and top recommendations is by Courtney Whims, the Arterian Series of Flames and Fallacies, and book 2, which is of Blood and Banes. This book, Hunted by the Dragon Shifter, is a prequel to this series, and it is full of Easter eggs, which is my favorite part of this book. I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars, and there are very explicit scenes, so check your triggers on that. Our story has 2 FMCs and 1 MMC. 2 FMCs are part of a group of women that are competing in deadly trials to win the Dragonland's king. Think The Bachelor meets Hunger Games. You have him spending one-on-one time with them, getting to know them, and he gets to choose them week after week, roses and all. And they have to compete in deadly trials on top of this to find out how they are compatible with him. Not only do you have the competition going on, but you do have a mystery where you have to figure out and put the puzzle pieces together, and anybody who knows Courtney knows that there is going to be a plot twist. Another thing that I want to highlight, this one of my favorite parts of the story, is it has tiny little dragons that fly around, and might I just add how I would love to see the artwork and the character art for these little tiny dragons. Hint, hint. Really loved digging through the names, looking at all the Easter eggs. I was flipping through my past notes of the Arterian series like a mad woman, flipping back and forth, trying to piece it all together. And I'm pretty sure that I have a theory of where we're going to go when book 3 comes out, which now we know from the title reveal that Of Fire and Fates will be the title of book 3 in the Arterian series. Now, if you're going to go into Courtney's series, of course, you could read this book as a standalone, but my suggestion would be to read the Arterian series, because I just personally feel like you're going to appreciate her story so much better, and it's going to give it so much more meaning and more life and excitement. Again, you can read it as a standalone because it's kind of its own thing. It's a prequel, but my suggestion would be to go check out the Arterian series by Courtney Whims, which is Of Flames and Fallacies, and I suggest that you read that first, book 1, then read the second, Of Blood and Banes, book 2, then read the prequel, which is Hunted by the Dragon Shifter, out May 7th of 2026. After you've read all 3 of these, you're going to be ready and set to read book 3 of the Arterian series. We don't know a release date yet, but we do know the title, which will be book 3 of Fire and Fates. And again, this is all by Courtney Whims. I'm very passionate about the Arterian series. I love the characters so much, and I really appreciated this book bringing so much more depth with Easter eggs, and I think I know from reading this kind of something that may or may not happen. I'm so excited to see in our 3rd installment of the Arterian series if it will come to fruition. Again, Hunted by the Dragon Shifter, 5 stars, prequel to the Arterian series. Thank you to Courtney for always choosing me to be an ARC reader and be on the content team. I'm always so appreciative and excited to get a hold of your books. Thanks for listening to me talk about my books. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye.